Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm your host Iman. Today we're going to be having a very interesting conversation, and that is going to be about applying to universities in Germany. And for that, I have a very special guest here on our channel, Zishan, who himself is studying in Germany. So, Assalamu alaikum, Zishan.
Walaikum assalam.
So, Zishan, can you give us a little bit of information about yourself? What your background, your educational background?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Zishan. I'm currently studying University Duisburg-Essen here, bachelor's in electrical engineering, currently in my third semester. I did my O-levels from Happy Palace Grammar School and then my A-levels from Nixie College, and I completed my German from Goethe German Language Center in Karachi.
What made you interested in going to Germany in the first place?
Germany is a really attractive destination for all of the engineers right now because universities are technically free of cost. You just have to pay a little bit of semester contribution that hardly sums up to about 60,000 PKR per semester. That's really cheap for me, and the degrees are really attractive too. The demand is unreal. It's really amazing here for engineers.
When did you think of this? And during your A levels or your O levels?
The first thought came up to me in about when my O levels was going to end, but then I got it a little more sure about it in my A levels when I joined Nixie College.
What subjects did you have in your O levels and your A levels?
In my O levels, my three compulsory subjects, Pakistan, Urdu, Islamiyat, and then English, maths, computer science, AdMaths, chemistry, physics. Yeah, nine subjects, I believe. In A levels, I had Urdu, maths, physics, chemistry.
So when applying for universities here in Germany, are there any specific subjects that you have to choose or mandatory subjects that you need to take?
Yeah, for A levels, you need 3 minimum subjects. That would be math, physics, and any other third subject. Preferably whatever your field's gonna be. If it's gonna be computer science, then computer science. Otherwise, whatever you want to do. And the minimum grade requirement is C.
What were your grades in your A levels? And does one count more than the other? Like, does A levels count more than your O levels, or are they both equal?
I believe it's really discrete in how they calculate your results, but I believe it's A levels more than O levels. And yeah, then again, the minimum grade is going to be C. My grades were A star in Urdu, B in math, C, and C in physics and chemistry.
So what about any other additional requirements that you have, like your IELTS or studying Germany?
Yeah, it depends on what kind of university you're applying to. If you want to study in a German thought program, then it's going to be German, obviously, German C1 German language. Otherwise, it's going to be IELTS six bands and above.
And when is the right time, do you think, to give your IELTS exam?
So this is a little complicated with Germany. The thing is, when we receive our A-level students, we receive our results in August, I believe. The deadlines are over in Germany for admission, so we have to wait a whole year for the next application round to begin. That's going to be from April till July, 15th of July. So we have a year to take as like a gap year. Then in that gap year, you can do your IELTS, your German language, whatever you want to do. But a gap year is mandatory for applying in Germany.
What about your extracurricular activities? Did you take up any internships or
extracurricular activities? It's just going to be great for them.
Why did you specifically choose only Germany for electrical engineering?
Yeah, then again, Germany is an attractive destination for the engineers, and the universities are super cheap. Like if we compare them to Australia, USA, UK, anywhere else, it's gonna be super cheap. Like imagine paying only 60,000 PKR per semester. That is really cheap.
So what was your admission process like? How did you go about it? What were the prerequisites of your application?
So the thing is, I came here to learn German first, but the ideal student who comes directly to university, it depends on if he's studying in a German taught program or an English taught program. If he wants to study in German, then he has to prepare for the C1 exam, then pass the C1 exam. Then he has to apply from the period of April till 15th of July to the universities from UniAssist. There's a website called UniAssist where you have to upload all your documents, choose your universities where you want to apply, and they'll do it for you. And then just wait for the results. Other than that, if you want to study in an English taught program, then you have to do IELTS instead of German, and the same process again with UniAssist.
So is there a difference between studying in an English versus German university?
It's all about integration. Like if you study in German, you're in the German culture, you must know the language. Like it's much better if you know the German language and if you're fluent in it. It's obviously better. But if you're studying English, that wouldn't cost you anything like for your degree, but obviously integrating would be a little hard. You have to survive in the culture too, survive in the society too, and for that you really need German. Um, um, it's good for you to study in English too, but personally, I wouldn't recommend someone coming here to Germany without studying the German language.
What were the universities that you kept in mind or that you chose when applying? Did you have something specific or just one that you really wanted to get into, or did you make a list and then?
I had a list, but I applied in just one university, and that was the university I'm studying in, University Duisburg-Essen, and I got lucky.
Well, that's great. So do you think we should keep our options open, and how many we should apply, and how we should come to the conclusion of just a few universities that we want to apply?
It depends on which state your university is in. Like the state I am in is North Rhine-Westphalia. It's filled with international students, and the society here, the people here are really diverse. Like you, like there are Germans, but they're not the dominating population. So that then again, if you're applying to somewhere in Munich, it's gonna be really expensive. For me, my state, it's really cheap. I was here learning my language. That's why I had experience with this state specifically. So I had in mind that I have to go to this university because I like this.
So when, for example, somebody is done with their A levels and they want to apply, how do you think we should, what things we should keep in mind when applying?
Um, upon this, German language is really important because if you don't know if you don't know your language here, it's not impossible, but it's not really appreciated by the people here that you don't speak German. Other than that, yeah, your grades too, you should stay above C. I was on the borderline. I had two C's, one B, but I got in. I got lucky. Other than that, then again, just your German language. Just your German language. It's really important for me.
And how did you prepare for studying German?
When I was studying German, I had only one option. That was Goethe. That's in, I believe, in Southern. I don't remember really well now, but there was only one option. But right now they have a couple more options in Gulshan Iqbal too. But
Is there a specific criteria that you have to reach?
the German language is divided into levels according to the European framework. It's going to be A1, A2, B1, B2, then C1, A1 the least beginners, and C1 the highest, most advanced. I started with my A1 till I did my B till B1 in Pakistan at Goethe. Then I did from B2 till C1 in Germany because at that time the Corona thing was going on and Goethe was shut down, and they had no option to study B2 and C1 there, so I had to come to Germany.
Learning the language, is there a specific area that you have for a specific level that you have to reach, or is it different
Yes,
for each university? How much you have to?
for my university, which I'm studying in, you require B2. For most of the universities, you require C1.
Okay, and like you mentioned, you studied some here and then you went to Germany and then you studied the rest. So were you already admitted in the university while you did that, or did you learn before and then apply?
No, I was enrolled in the university, but I was enrolled as a language student, not as like a university student. Like they knew I'm here, but I'm studying the language right now. So like they had my grades and everything assessed. They said you're fine. You just need to do your language. And then I said, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
And then once you learn it, then you start, academics.
Yep, exactly.
So can you guide us through the admission process and the application process?
So first of all, you have to look up the universities you really want to go into. That there's a website if you want to make a note of it, daa.d.de. So there you can look up all the universities you want. After that, when you've done with the selection process of yours, you've made a list that these are the universities you're interested in, these are the programs I want to get in. Then you have to check up on the website that if these universities are UniAssist affiliated or not. If they are UniAssist affiliated, then you have to apply with UniAssist. It's a portal like specific for all of Germany. All the universities are there. You just have to upload your documents there once. The documents include your language certificate, either German or IELTS, depends on what you're going to study in, your O-level exam, your O-level results, your A-level results, your passport, and your passport and your CV too. And with some universities, you also need a little letter of motivation.
How did you write your letter of motivation?
I I don't like I have a blurry memory of it right now, but I just went up with all of the things I went through in my A levels, how I chose Germany, how I went through the process of selecting up this university, and then electrical engineering for me. Math was my favorite subject. That's why I chose electrical engineering, math, and a little bit of physics too. That's why I chose electrical engineering. And why Germany? Because Germany is cheap and the degree is really good here. That's why.
Okay, so how much does your letter of motivation count in your application?
It depends from
Really,
university. Yeah, from university to university. I can't really say much about, because then again, their admission process is really discreet. They don't really say much about what counts most in their application process. They just want to submit your application with your grades, your language certificate, and your letter of motivation. If they like it, you'll get in. If they don't, you'll not get in. It's up to them, 100% up to them.
okay, so basically your grades are what really matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there any specific things that you have to include in your letter of motivation, or
Letter of motivation, to be honest, is not really much of a big deal. It's just a simple one page essay. It's gonna be really simple. You just have to write why did you choose Germany, why did you choose this course, and why did you choose this university. Why did you choose Germany? Much of an international exposure, more international students, um, cheap universities, free universities, good public transport, and what else? Um, why this university is just mention the facts about your university, because this program is really attractive. The faculty is really good. Just go through their website once if you like the faculty, how attractive they're offering their course. Just write about it and mention why did you choose this course. I choose electrical engineering because I like math and physics. That's all.
okay, so can you guide us through a little bit of your visa process as well? How you went about that?
Yeah, visa process at that time in 2021 used to be a little different, but now it's changed a little bit. I applied from Karachi. There's two different consulates. One is in Karachi, one is in Islamabad. The Islamabad, both of them offer online appointments. You have to open up their website and apply for the appointment. They'll give you a date, and then you just have to walk in with your documents.
Also,
There's
it's
the
an
list of
online process.
Not really an online process, just the appointment system is online. Other than that, you have to go to the consulate with your documents for the interview. One additional requirement for studying in Germany is going to be the blocked account. You have to block a sum of 11,300 euros, around 11,200 euros here in Germany, that you'll get monthly back from the German government in monthly 912 euros. Like it's your money, you're gonna get it monthly payback, and it's just for the security of students, so that if they get into trouble here, they still have money backing them up.
Also, you'll get it back once you get enrolled and you go there.
Yeah, in monthly installments. Yeah, in 12 installments. Yeah.
Okay. So, Zichan, like you mentioned, Germany is a very attractive spot for a lot of students, considering a lot of
Mhm.
benefits. So, would you recommend a student here doing their A levels or their O levels to come here to Germany for university? Do you think it's
Uh,
worth it, the experience, in terms of what benefits does it provide, like job opportunities, or you could maybe potentially even move there?
Job opportunities are amazing here. Like there's a number of free job positions here every year. They go free. They need workers in Germany right now. That's why they get letting so many students move in. Um, uh, just the thing is also the integration process, the citizenship. To get the citizenship is not very hard here. You just have to stay here 8 years after your degree is 8 or 6 years. You need to have B1 German language. You have to pass a couple of tests, and then you'll get the nationality or the citizenship here. It's the integration process is not it's not really hard here, like compared to US or Australia.
If you're already admitted, can you work alongside that? Can you get a job over there while you study?
Yep, you can get a job. Getting a job is not really hard, but then again, the more you speak German, the easier job you'll get.
Is it just, like you said, just for engineering students that it's a good place? What about other fields like IT related fields, computer science,
Yeah,
maybe commerce
engineer,
even?
all of the technical fields, yes. Other than the technical fields like commerce, bio, they'll need a really high level of German language if you're up for
Yeah,
this. Engineers for the IT and CS computer science students, especially English is also okay for your degree. They don't need
yeah.
really much of German. But for medicine, for biomedical engineering, for bio related fields, for commerce fields, you need C1 of German language, and that's going to be hard. That's not really easy to achieve. It takes up to an year to learn up to C1.
And like you said, you need a gap year as well. What is the deal with that?
Um, uh, the thing is, when these German application processes, they don't work with predicted grades, right? So normally in USA or somewhere else, when you apply with your predicted grades that your college predicts that you'll get, and the university accepts that. Here they don't do that. They need actual grades, actual results. We get our results in August, 10 August, 14 August, somewhere in between, and the German application process ends in 15th of July, on the 15th of July. So we'll have to wait for the next application round that's going to start in April, and the semester is going to start in October. So there's a lot of gap in between. So you have to wait an year if you want to study in Germany, and that year you can use for learning German. That's the best time you get to learn German.
Okay, so do you think that time is sufficient enough to, get to a level where you can apply?
Yep, it's good. It's good enough time. Yeah.
Okay, and how is your experience been learning the German language? Is it difficult? Do you think it's manageable? And
In the start it was a little bit difficult, but when you get along, if you practice every day, you study every day, you're highly motivated to go to Germany, then that it's not really difficult. But once you lose your motivation, it's gonna be really hard, because to be honest, German is a little complicated for me too. Like I speak good German right now, but it's a little bit complicated. Like I mess up too.
okay, so what's been your motivation to,
Get, just
how
get
have
to a
you
good
been
university.
keeping up
Just
with?
get just get to a good university.
Okay, so how would you describe, Zishan, your overall experience in Germany? How has it been like? The lifestyle, the studies, how have the people been like? Your experience, obviously studying there academically.
Hmm. Yeah, everything's been amazing here. Academically, I'd say it was a little hard for me to cope up from coming up from like just three subjects in A levels to these. Also, the problem is the German degree courses. In all of Europe, the degrees are crammed up into a duration of 3 years, somewhere 2.5 years, and that's that's really tough to deal with because you have a lot to study in a lot less time, and that's a little hard to get up to because we are used to studying at a slower pace in A levels, and coping up with that pace in Europe, it's a little hard to do. And academically, it was a little hard for me. Yeah, I'd say it was hard for me. Other than that, people are good enough. They're really helpful. They help you with everything. Everything is super easy here. It's just a little hard to make friends. You have to give in more efforts. Like introverts are gonna have trouble here in Germany. Um, Other than that, yeah, it's good. Everything was good here. Everything's fine.
What would your advice be to students who are thinking of applying to Germany or want to?
My advice is gonna be just focus on your grades. Stay above the C borderline. Just be somewhere with B's and A's. At best, minimum B's. Just don't go below C. And again, I cannot stress upon it enough. German language. Do your German language, brothers. It's really important.
Okay, and like you said, instead of 4-year degree program, they have a 3-year degree program.
Yeah, 3 years, somewhere 2.5 years, somewhere 3 years. At max 3.5, but not 4.
How are the studies different from here in Pakistan? Is there a
This,
major like shift that you noticed or something?
oh yeah. The system is totally different from the universities in Pakistan. The thing is here, you have no monthlies, you have no midterms, you have no assignments, you have nothing, just one final at the end.
Entire GPA is based on your final.
Yeah, on your final, and there's no attendance policy as well. Zero attendance policy. If you want to go, go. You don't want to go, you don't go. Study on your own. Just pass the final. If you can pass the final, you get your degree. Just the final for your course in that at the end of the semester. Other than that, no exams, no assignments, no nothing, no attendance.
Do you think that makes it harder when you know that
Yes,
you're not?
yes, it does. It does make it harder because we are used to the assignment
Yeah,
kind of studying, preparing
yeah.
monthly for our exams. We're used to that thing. Once we get to this one final thing, we just leave everything for the end. That we do it at the end, but it's really hard to manage with one final policy. Yeah.
How has other aspects of living in Germany been like?
The climate sometimes really harsh. It gets really cold. Not very cold, but it's like stays cold the entire year. But for 1 month, it gets also get really hot. Like in the summers, it gets up to 40 degrees, and in winter, it gets to -5 degrees. Extremes.
What's your plan? Do you plan on living there permanently?
The German government really doesn't want the students to go back because they need engineers there right now. The industries are growing. They need more engineers. I believe that's why the duration of the degrees are shorter, because they need the workers, the engineers, the technical people like CS students earlier. That's why they have shorter degree durations. They need you guys to stay here, but for me, I haven't really gave a thought about it. Maybe I'll move somewhere else for my master's, maybe stay here in Germany. I don't know right now.
Okay, so I think what I gathered from you is focus on your grades and learn German.
Yep.
That's something that you really need to work on. Okay, Zishan, I think that was very insightful for a lot of people who want to go to Germany, because that's one place that definitely comes up a lot when you ask someone, where do you plan to study? If you want to study abroad, it's definitely Germany is among the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And the overall process does not seem that difficult, besides, things that you need to keep in check. So if you're watching this, definitely focus on your O and A-level grades and try to learn German. And I think the visa process, like you mentioned, is also not that hard.
In Karachi, it's really easy. In Islamabad, it gets a little confusing. I'm not really sure about Islamabad because I'm not from Islamabad. But in Karachi, it's not really hard. It's relatively easy than other countries.
Like you mentioned with Uni Assist,
Yeah, once you have your admission with you, you just need your blocked account, the sum you have to pay to Germany, the confirmation for the blocked account, your admission letter, a form they give you, the embassy gives you to fill it up with your details, that form, your grades, your original documents.
So the first thing is that you actually apply to the university. Once you get in, then you start working on the visa.
Yep, yeah. True.
Okay. So Germany definitely sounds like a good place to go.
Yeah.
And do you think once you're done with your bachelor's, it's easier to get into a master's program?
Depends upon your GPA. It's not really hard to get in. But yeah, if you have a good GPA, you'll get into an English start program. If you don't have an average GPA, it's going to be hard to study in an English start program. Then you'll have only the possibility of a German start program.
Uh, is there like a wide acceptance of students from Pakistan in Germany or like international students?
Yeah, the visa is not really much of a problem. If you have your documents completed, you're going to be fine. Just don't mess up with the documents.
And how has your experience been thus far?
It's been good. It's been good. Just the studies have been a little hard on me, the weather too. But other than that, everything was fine for me. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so I think that is all. We covered pretty much everything.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you so much, Zishan, for your
It's been
time
a pleasure.
and for your advice. I hope it's beneficial to everyone watching who want to apply to German universities. It doesn't seem that hard, and I think learning German and getting your grades straight is a pretty good place to start.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ishan, for your time.
Been my
It
pleasure.
was
No
really
worries.
nice talking. Okay,
Same.
thank you.
No worries. Goodbye.
Bye.